Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday, and we're reviewing Kingdom Builder.
Kingdom Builder.
Yes, that's what it is.
By skillfully building of settlements, players create their own kingdoms, aiming to earn the most gold at the end of the game. The 3 Kingdom Builder cards specify the conditions which must be met in order to earn the desired gold.
Gold is victory points.
Gold. And these is how you earn more gold. You choose 3 of these randomly.
Skillful.
And that becomes...
You'll skillfully draw your random card and get a random land to randomly go to. Go skill. Wait. No. And the powers, while they aren't completely unbalancing the game, if you get stuck with no power because you can't get next to one, can't get adjacent to any of those power indicators, or other guys have more of them and you can't get it because he has 2 and you have 1, or what have you, you're basically going to be putting your little house cubes out in places dictated randomly by the deck of cards. The game is basically playing itself in a lot of ways. Because, oh, there's a flower. Well, I've only got 1 flower adjacent. I will have to go there. Now I drew plains. Well, I only have 1 plains adjacent. I have to go there. When does all the skillful strategy come into play?
Well, each turn you're going to draw up 1 land card. You keep it secret from everyone else until it's your turn, so they can't end up influencing their turn or something like that. Plus, you got your 3 victory point conditions and stuff, which some you will get immediately, like these the pink colored cards. As soon as you do that condition, you get the points right away on the score track. But the rest will come up at the end of the game, depending on what card.
So this game's got a lot of variety. The map is made up of 4 of these put together like so, and each one of these is going to represent a different power. So with this one, you have the quarry power and 3 nomad
Lots
tokens.
of powers.
The powers are what really, for me, the game centers around. Getting the powers, being able to use the powers to manipulate your pieces around the board to score the highest amount of points.
Yeah. Without the powers, you're pretty much just relying on whatever terrain you draw, and that's it. And choosing placement, if you have a choice.
It's a simple game, but it's easy to learn. But the subtleties to it, the using your powers before you place your 3 settlements for that round for the card, or just the way you place your guys so as to maybe, if you're scared of getting lots of the same type of terrain card, maybe you should not go into an area of terrain which is huge. If you're afraid you're going to get lots of planes, maybe start in a spot where there's only like 4 planes to be placed. And then next time you get to have to place planes, you place your last one in there, and then you can put the 2 at any other place.
There is one rule in the game here where you have to place adjacent to that type of land if possible. Like
Adjacent to one of your settlements.
Or one of your settlements that are next to that type of land. So we drew on our turn the flowers. And I would have to place 3 of my guys on flowers. If I don't have any, just say I don't have any powers at this point, early in the game. I would have to place them in this flower area because my settlements are adjacent to those flowers. Any other flower space, as you can see, I didn't set up any other guys here, but these guys here, or this flowers area or any flowers area, has none of my guys adjacent to it. So that's why I would have to place them over here. That's the adjacency rules. Yeah, well, you've got your powers. Some are it'll depend on the board you bring out. The little symbol will be on there, and it'll match whichever one is on the card there. And there'll be say maybe 1 or 2 locations on that section of board that'll have those little tokens on to grab from. If it's just 1, it's usually a strong power like the ships allow you to go on water. Water is usually impassable. You're not in mountains and things like that. But other ones are just a little, they're fairly handy. You'll usually have 2 locations for them. And there'll be stuff like
Let's explain
place
some.
an extra one on flowers or place an extra one on desert or something like
Keep
that.
in mind, we're showing both the base game and the expansion.
Yeah.
This is part of the expansion. This is the Gardens. Allows you to place one of your settlements from off of the board onto a flower space anywhere on the board, following your normal adjacency
Your
rules.
flowers.
And there's lots of small things you do to mitigate the luck random factor of the game. I mean, yes, there's a lot of luck in a lot of games, and the good games I find have a way of really being able to mitigate the luck, so it's not really a factor. So the skill does shine through, and I think there's a lot of skill in Kingdom Builder.
If there's a little gold bordered locations here, if you go put a guy in settlement next to that location, you'll take one of the tokens off of there and you'll keep it in front of you. If you happen to remove or someone else removes your settlement from next to that location and it's the only one there, you'll lose that power for the rest of the game. You'll have to go back there again, hopefully if there's another token, and get it again. Every time you play it, it's different because you've got a deck of victory condition cards here. And it's not a very big deck. Hopefully you'll get a little bit more, but with the number there are, and you only play with 3 of them each game, you can still get quite a bit of variety. And with the different boards you get with the different powers, the variety of games is great.
The game ends when one person runs out of settlements. It's always an even number of turns. So if the start player runs out of settlements first, then every other player gets to finish. But if the last player ends the game by running out of settlements, the game is done at that point.
Yeah,
so everyone gets an even amount of turns.
From Jeremy. Hey guys, Jeremy. I have submitted Arena of Heroes to you a while back. It was one of the games, the big TGC shipment.
Yes. We got lots of them.
I know you guys have a lot of games you're reviewing and playing, but I wanted to check in and see if there are any questions or problems with the game. And that was Arena of Heroes. We did get it in with that big giant shipment, and we should be seeing a review of that in the near future, I hope.
Future. Yes, you will see it eventually.
Well, by now you have seen some of the indie games where we do the double up 2 games in one episode. We're probably going to try and do that a little bit more, just so all the games that you guys sent us aren't going to be sitting there for months and months before we get to them. And
there are quite a few of them.
Yeah, and there have been new indie games sent to us since, and we don't want those guys to have to wait until like the middle of October before their game gets reviewed. Wrapping up for Kingdom Builder. I give Kingdom Builder a 6.5. Theme means nothing.
There's no theme in this game.
And that's probably my biggest problem with this game. You are very disconnected from, I'm putting a bunch of houses on whatever random thing I draw. And somebody else has this power. I just put 50 guys in the line. What? I placed one.
There's no powers like that.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
No.
There's
50 turns, you can place an extra 50 guys. Yes.
There's powers that give you advantages over the other people that ridiculously advantage over the other people.
Well, then why
Every time you're playing 2 or 3
powers?
Because it's over there and all I can get is frickin' grass. I was introduced to this game. They talked it up, said it was a really good game. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy playing it. And I played the game and didn't really enjoy it at all. It was, like I said, it was very much the game plays you sort of thing. Okay, I'll put this where you've told me I have to put it. Now, what else? Oh, that's my whole turn. Oh. Okay, my turn comes around again. Well, this random card isn't going to let me put anything in a useful spot either. And that's my turn. Yeah.
There's good variety. Simple to learn. Good components. Nice design and everything like that. It's a good family game or just a good, gamer's game. So I enjoy it quite a bit. I'm going to give it an 8.5. There are some things I agree with Craig on. Like, yeah, okay, it is pretty simple and basic. There's not any major theme to it. But Kingdom Builder, well, you are building things. It depends on the victory conditions you get. Whether you're building separate settlements or one big line or something like that. It's pretty simple and basic. There's not a lot to it. It's very easy to learn, like he said, and everything like that. But I just find it just for the simplicity and, well, it really, you got to be careful with your placement and stuff, because if you keep drawing this, end up drawing the same type of land all the time. If you start off in a big area, you're going to end up having to fill that in. You got to make sure you're adjacent to different types of land. Spread out as much as possible. Grab the powers. Powers are very important in this game. If you can get beside a power right away, any power will generally help. The ones that allow you to place extra guys or jump guys from one spot to another, those are very handy, because if you're stuck in the same area, if you can move a guy to a different spot, then you're spreading out across the board. You're getting more options in there for placement.
I give Kingdom Builder a 9.
I really like Kingdom Builder.
I really like the different win conditions for the game. It really changed the way you place your guys. Like miners, every settlement you have next to a mountain scores you a point or a gold. The lords having the most settlements in each sector, so now you're actively trying to make sure you have more settlements than the other people in the sector, so you score the most points for that sector. And the sector would be the 4 game boards. Each game board would be a different sector. The different powers are got a great variety to them.
All right, then.
That's it for this episode of The Gamers Table. Tune in next week where we review another game.
Because that's what we do. Thanks for watching.
I want to remind you of a couple things while I've got your attention there. First of all is our contest for our big 2nd anniversary show coming up. Same as the first year. We want you to watch the episodes from our 2nd year of shows. Pick your favorite moment. Send us an email at thegamerstable@hotmail.com with the episode number and roughly the time that particular moment happened. And we'll compile the top 10 lists and count them down in possibly funny ways, maybe not so funny, you never know. And the guy who gets, one of the people who enter the contest, we will draw their name and you might win a prize. You might win nothing. You might just win a hearty, hey, job well done. Also, we are live on MSN Messenger and on Twitter, so you could actually talk to us while we're taping. Just follow us on Twitter or turn on MSN and connect up with. At the end of the episode, you'll see in the credits how to do that, and you'll see on the information shooting, so you'll know that's what we're doing right now. And one more thing, remember the contest at my sister's website, www.cancer.t15.org. I think the information's right up there. Go there, check that out, because we're sort of sponsoring part of it too. And that's all.
And generally, if you're not watching the website all the time, we generally shoot on Tuesdays and Saturday nights, Eastern Standard Time.
Around 7 o'clock.
Clap on, clap on.
The slapper.
That's one small step for man, one giant
a special report on anything I could do? Any kind of stuff? No? Any kind of cool things? No? I really wish I had a big announcement to make, but unfortunately I don't have a big announcement to make yet. There is a big announcement coming up in the near future, but not today. Today there is no announcement. But there is an announcement. What's that? What's that I hear? Forget you.